name is Richard Krejcir. I'm a board member of CMTA, Christian Ministries Training Association, and we're in our 66th year. And we're proud to have Dr. Adelle McKinney from Promise Christian University, who is going to be teaching us about the technology platforms for ministry that are so needed that churches and ministries aren't really doing very well. So this is the class to be in, to learn from, and to grow from. Thank you very much, Dr. Adelle.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our class on technology for the ministry. I know that, how many, are you all pastors, or are you Sunday school teachers, or different things? Okay. So I'm going to share with you some ideas that will make, that are simple to use in ministry. And I'm going to ask you some different questions because it all depends on where your vision is and what your passion is, on what kind of technology you want to use. First of all, let me ask you this. How many of you have a Facebook? Oh, how many have a Twitter? How many have a smartphone? How about a smart TV? Computer? Okay, good. Wait a second. I'll get my glasses and I can see. Okay, so hopefully this is very simple for you guys. First of all, when you're getting involved in technology, you need to have your vision. Okay, you need to know exactly what you want to use this technology for, and who you want to reach. And God gives everybody a unique vision. So some of you might have a vision for children, like I'm going to share. Some of you are having a vision to reach the world. Some of you might have a vision for your neighborhood or just your family. I put it right there. You can sit right there.
Okay.
Hello. And give everybody a book who comes in, okay?
Okay. Did
Great.
everybody get a book? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what we need to do is think about what is your vision. Why do you need technology? And how can technology help you pursue your vision? Okay? What's your passion? So if I can ask different ones, what's your passion? Sister over there in the back, what's your passion?
To articulate the gospel to whomever, from 3 all the way up to senior age.
Articulate the gospel. So you want to do it verbally or written page?
Either or.
Okay, good. Okay, so this can help.
Mhm.
How about you, sister? What's your passion?
I want to be able to train and equip families
Family?
because they're so busy. It's hard to get them in a meeting. But
Okay.
I'd love to use technology.
Your family or just families in
No,
general?
families at
Families?
church.
Families at church.
Mhm.
Sister, what's your passion?
My passion is to fulfill God's mandate that He's given me, and that to light the world with prayer.
With prayer. Okay, great.
Excellent.
So now that I know who our audience is and I know where your passion is, we have to know how you're going to communicate your message, okay? And this is why this technology is very important, that you get a understanding of the technology. We just talked about who do you want to reach. Some of you want to reach children, some of you teenagers, some of you young adults, young married couples, senior citizens. You know, that's a cause right now. The baby boomers are a really big generation to reach. And a lot of your older churches, you'll look in the audience, and who do you see? Baby boomers, right? You don't see. Or just the in church. Sometimes some of you want to reach, like you said, go into the world and be a light to everyone. So you want to reach the world. You can do it by using technology. So it could be, you use the technology where? In your church family, to your church family, to your ministry. You can use it for your city or your town, like you were sharing. You can use it online, and you can reach the world with this technology. It's very good. And so, why do you want to get? What's your vision? Why do you want to reach people? To encourage them. We call it the 5 E's. To encourage them, to educate them. My sister wanted to train them and teach the children from age 3 to grown-ups. To evangelize the people, to equip them, or influence. And I put E for influence because you can be an influence over there, or you can be the influence, like sympathy and empathy. When you influence, we're the ones. We want to be used to be the influencers. And impact, we want to be the ones to be used to impact our families, our, Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the world, okay, for Jesus Christ. So how are we going to do that? We have another guest? Yeah? No? Okay. How are we going to do that? We have ways to do it. Everybody owns a computer, right? Mostly everybody has a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, the next time you renew your phone subscription, please look at a smartphone, okay? Smartphones right now, if you have a smartphone, you don't have to spend time on your computer. And also, the next time you buy a TV, be sure you buy a smart TV, okay? The reason why, because remember this? When we first started, I've always been interested in technology. And when this came out, I told my husband, we need to buy one. It was like $2,000 back in 19.
I couldn't see it, that was a problem.
And when I got it, it was terrible. I was trying to reach the internet, and I put in there, all I could get is the Declaration of Independence, from the National Archives. And it was on a green screen, real little words. Remember that? Then it went to this. How many remember this? The word processor. Wow. If you're going to write a book, I didn't have to use, carbon paper. I didn't have to use the whiteout. I didn't have to go back and type everything over again when I made a mistake because we had a word processor. But all it did was that, and it had a green screen as well. Finally, we got a computer, okay? And back in probably the late 1990 or so, computers really became hot, especially the personal computer. And there was a lot we could do with that computer. But the web was just becoming a part of it. Internet was just beginning to be birthed. And at that point, I figured out how we could put our ministry on the internet. Okay, and we did it for some of the ministries I was working with and some of the organizations because nobody had an idea of how to put a web on the internet. Today, it's so easy for you guys, okay? And now we're into this. How many of you have this laptop? Okay, so portable. And now we have this. And this is why, to me, the most important breakthrough is these smartphones. You could do so much with smartphones, okay? So, remember this? We want to send our message to the world. And this is what we used to have. And nobody could be on television. Nobody could be, unless you had a lot of money and you were with CBS, NBC, or ABC, and they only broadcast for certain hours and everything's black and white. Remember that?
Don't forget Channel 5.
Channel 5 with the Indian. Okay, we talked about it last time, right? Nobody could be on TV. Nobody could, you had to be famous to be on TV. Not so much. Guess what? Smart TV. You all can be on TV, okay? By having a smart TV, you know how. Well, I'm going to share with you. Maybe you had it this morning, I don't know. But it's easy now for you to reach your family, to reach children, to reach the nation and the world with the gospel on smart TV. Okay, so can you use technology for ministry? Absolutely. All things are possible to them that believe. Now, some of you might say, well, it's really complicated. I don't think I could do it because so much stuff to learn. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not as complicated as you think, okay? So right now, we are broadcasting live on Facebook, hello, and all you need is a smartphone. You need a T-Mobile, because T-Mobile allows you to have unlimited data. That means you can broadcast anywhere you want. You don't need to have an internet. You don't need to have Wi-Fi. T-Mobile offers that. And so I am broadcasting now to the world, okay? Because on our Facebook, we go to the world. So this is how you go to the world. Next, Twitter. A lot of you are probably don't have Twitter, don't like Twitter. But who's the famous person that's on Twitter that's making all this trouble? Yeah, okay, right. But the thing is, when you read whatever he's saying, you know what he's saying because you know he's the one that did it, right? Same thing for you or anybody else that's on Twitter. Christians are beginning to use Twitter a lot because it's easy to use, easy to read, short, no long, big dissertation. It has to be a little short something. And now it includes video posting. So if you guys are using your smartphone to take a little video clip of yourself, automatically you can load it to Twitter. And if you have your family watching on Twitter, preach the gospel. Hi, I'm over here at the CMT conference today, and we're learning so much. Wish you were here. That could all be easily done with technology today. Okay, I was going to show you that because I know some of you don't want to see, but Twitter is really good. You actually have people that you know from all over the world sending you their scriptures, posting prayer requests, like you want a prayer network. Twitter is really good for that, okay? You don't have to have everybody on Twitter. Put all the people you want on your Twitter only. Technology. So the problem with technology is that it keeps changing. And every week there's all kind of apps on your phone. This is why you have to have a vision. Don't get sidetracked, okay? Your vision, keep it, simple. In my case, it's not simple because on my one iPhone, that one there, we have 94 apps on there. Plus, we have 10 email addresses on that one. On my other iPhone, I have like 129 applications on there. And why? Because we have a school and we have a whole bunch of other stuff we're involved in. But you guys, you don't need to do that. You can keep it simple with simple apps. So, why do we use computers? We use computers for networking, for developing websites about our ministry. How many of you have a website for your ministry? Very good, very good. Okay, you could too. You could too. Everybody can have one. Okay, it's not that hard. Why do we use email? Email is for your prayer network. One of the easiest ways to develop a good prayer network is to find all your ministry friends, your family. I know one family that has a network of email for the whole group, so that when somebody has a prayer request, it goes to everybody. So they have what they call group email. You can do that as well on your texting. If you have a smartphone that has text, if you put everybody in 22222 and let everybody know this is a group prayer text meeting, so that when everybody responds, they know it goes to everybody. Okay, you can do that, and it's being very effective for churches. It's small groups, you don't want like thousands, but it's your family or friends or your prayer network. It's really good for that. Developing your web page now. There's so many free website developers, okay? I'm going to show you a couple so that you can see how easy it is. And then, of course, join a community. Facebook, family, and people, everybody loves Facebook. With all the criticisms of Facebook, everybody still loves Facebook because everybody is networking very well. It's easy to post pictures. It's easy to put videos on Facebook, and you can block people you don't like, okay? And Twitter as well. LinkedIn, for those of you who are professionals, LinkedIn is very good to network with your fellow educators, fellow business people, whatever. LinkedIn is really good for that. And if you're still young and you're looking for a job, it's really good for that, okay? Because you can post your resume, and then other agencies will contact you and offer you jobs. I get offered jobs all the time. Okay, so like I said, your cell phones are very important to start a group texting prayer group, to develop short videos for YouTube. And let me tell you this, when you're looking for a cell phone, iPhone is the best because iPhone lasts. However, there's a limit on iPhone. Samsung phones, what they have is a little attachment there that you can use your phone for presentations. So instead of bringing a big computer like that with a Samsung, you can put your USB port in there and then watch as this is going on. You can look on your cell phone without bringing this, okay? But iPhone can't do that yet. You have to buy an attachment. It costs a lot of money. Okay, so develop short videos for YouTube. Load your email addresses into your smartphone and use your smartphone to film live recorded clips, okay? This is how you can use technology for ministry. And you can do it for yourself. Just have somebody, don't be camera shy because you can fix, make nice and all that, but have somebody tape you and you share something for your family or friends and upload it to YouTube, upload it to Facebook, okay, or one of those sites. Then what you do, you can also tell your family then on their smart TV to go to YouTube or go to Facebook, and they can see you on TV, okay? And this is why smart TVs are so good. You can actually be on a real TV, not on a computer TV, with smart TVs, okay? Now, I heard you talked about ebooks in the last session, and we have an actual person here today who actually published his book on lulu.com, Dr. Paul England, and he had a session today. His book was on restoring God's lost treasures. He completely did it himself on lulu.com for how much money? 10,000, 15,000? How about zero? How about free? Okay? Free. And this is what you guys can do. You have an idea. I'm going to show you something. It's easy to use, lulu.com. There's others like Lulu. Lulu is very helpful though. If you have an idea to write a book or put together something for children, okay, Lulu is very good. Access, but of course, they will develop it for you. but you take their PDF copy and go to your local printer and you can save some money, okay? We have one in Covina that will do a lot of things for a lot less money. Okay, but Lulu has this. Your book will become an ebook that will be available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, plus Lulu gives you an ISBN number for free. You know, you have to usually pay for that. So this is really neat. So your ebook is free as well. Plus, with Lulu, you get extra profit. Because when you market your book on Amazon and Barnes, 40% of your cost goes to them. So by the time Lulu takes the cost to print and they take the cost to market, you get $1 or something. And that's typical for big publishers who do publishing, because most small book publishers, when they go to Zondervan or something like that, they get like $1 a book. That, you know, no matter if it's $20, whatever, they get like $1, $2 a book. Okay, so write and create. So if you guys are writers or creators, you can create children's books, novels for teenagers. You guys have an idea for a story for children, you can create it into a little book, get somebody to help you with the cover, and you can publish it really easily. It's not hard anymore. Bible stories, your life story, your testimony. You write topical stories. You could even do, you could do blogs and stuff on political subjects or social issues that affect. This is some other books that were published for free. So it's not impossible, if God is putting in your heart to write a book, to get it done, publish it, for free. And I would recommend that, especially for your first book, because a lot of people have used other publishers and spent thousands of dollars, and they did all the work, but they still spent thousands of dollars, and they don't have the rights to self-publish. So they have to give the rights to that company for so many years before they can take the rights back. So if I were you, if you have an idea, go to Lulu, play with it, you'll be able to publish it. Secondly, other people want to talk. They want to share, but they don't want to show their face. So this is another idea, blog talk radio. You can start your own radio program, 15 to 30 minutes, okay? If you go there, you sign up for it, and then you talk, and you sign up for the free times. There's only a small block that's not free. It's usually from the 4 to 7 o'clock in the evening, but most of the other time it's free. So you can sign up for any time and start your radio show, 15, 30 minutes, have it a name, you can upload music, whatever you want to do. You can have a guest that will call in and talk to you on the phone. Onto this thing, you can use your cell phone, and if you have the other thing that hooks in here with the speaker knob, you can do it that way as well. And it's really good, sounds really professional. And the thing about Blog Talk Radio is that you can, after you finish done with the recording, it saves it. It saves it for you. So actually, if you can share it by email to your friends, same thing. It's very easy to work. You go there to the dashboard. It's just like click, click, click. Create your radio program, the name, choose what time you want it to be on. If you have a guest, if you want to put music or something there, all that's very simple to do. Then finally, broadcast. So you either broadcast live, you could actually pre-record and upload to this thing, and it will broadcast it live on their channel. So anybody who's on the Blog Talk Radio, if they happen to tune in and they want to hear you, they can hear you at that time. But the nice thing about it is they save your show so that you can rebroadcast it later, and sometimes they do that. For those of you who are not real computer savvy, you have young people in your church, friends let them get a computer that you don't care about, and let them play with it with the internet. And you ask them to help you develop something, and I'll show you where to go. These kids will develop really nice designs. They know how to do graphics. They're so smart. They're smarter than me. And I'm telling you that they can make really nice stuff for you guys. So it's really important to let the young people play with the computer, especially the 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds. Those guys are really creative. Okay, 15, after that, they're too busy, they don't want to. But when they're little, they're really good, okay? So this generation of these young people, they know about technology, so let them help you develop your website. If you have a church, if you have a place for them to play, get an old computer with the internet and let them, put all your restrictions, whatever, but let them develop something for the ministry. Whether it's a Sunday school teacher, a Sunday school class, for their class, whatever, help them put it together. And as they grow into this, they love to do this, they'll get better and better and better, okay? This is a place that I would suggest for people that don't know how to do a website. Very simple. They have this site, www.wix.com. I think they're from Israel, and it's all free. They have tons of free stuff. So you can build your website in 5 easy steps. Click, click, click. You just look for the design, change their name to your name, put in your pictures instead of their pictures, put your information and all that, and then publish. And what's neat about that, this website will automatically, you'll ask them, and just read through it. As your teachers, you can tell. It says computer or mobile. And you hit mobile, it will optimize it for your mobile device. So actually on your cell phone, your smartphone, you'll see your website there all nice and pretty, okay? So this is what I would suggest. This is one of our websites, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to let you guys go home. So ask questions. Technology is not a big confusion issue that's impossible to learn. You just have to go and try. Just go and be brave and go and try. Technology can be learned by anyone, and you can't make a mistake. If you save your work, but what you do is when you're working in technology or a computer, always save. Because if you don't save and something goes wrong, you have to start all over, okay? You cannot make a mistake if you save your work after each major change. Technology opens wide the doors for creativity, evangelism, discipleship, and empowerment, okay? We are doing that right now. So this is why I say smartphone. When you go for a smartphone, get as much memory as you can afford, okay? And there are a lot of places like, I'm just advertising, Best Buy and people like that. They have sales on smartphones, and you can get like 500 gigabytes or whatever it is. Now, it's a lot of gigabytes. You'll hardly ever use it. But in case you are someplace and you want to make a movie or really tape something really important, you don't have to worry about running out of memory, okay? Okay, so here we go. So how to stream. This is streaming. It's easy to stream. You have a Facebook account, and if you look at your Facebook account, it says live, okay? You need a little gadget like this little tripod. It's about $30, and that little gadget that's holding the smartphone's about $10. So $40, you can have your own studio, and smartphones take really good pictures. Whether it's Samsung or whether it's iPhones, they're really good pictures. So you could start your own streaming. You could have a little desk here and whatnot, and you can stream yourself, and then you can edit it on your cell phone, take out the parts, the beginning and the end where you're trying to sit down and all. And then once it's all done, you send it to your relatives, okay? So invite your friends and families to be on Facebook. Decide if you want the posting to show public or just your church members. What we do with that, we tape it live right now. Whoever's watching, I don't know, is anybody watching?
Yes, we have some people watching.
Okay, so somebody, hi out there, somebody's watching, okay? Then when you're all done, you can either delete it or save it or post it. So say you just want it live, but you don't want, you said something bad or something wrong, so you don't want it to go forever. You just delete it, you can save it, and then edit it at home, but you don't post it. But if everything's okay, you can post it, okay? But it will be there until you take it away. So it's really important that when you put stuff on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, once it's there, somebody can grab it and take it and share it with others. And once they share it, it's shared forever, okay? So when you're doing that, I'll have a little cartoon at the end to just some reminders on how to be careful, okay? Next, finally, is do's and don'ts. When you're filming people, get permission from the person you're filming to film live. If it's your relatives, ask them it's okay if we put it on Facebook, because you don't want them mad at you later. And don't use controversial subjects if you can, and always edit with permission, and let others know you're filming too so that they don't get embarrassed, okay? And if they say no, then don't do it. Okay, like I said, how to purchase, you get a tripod, a cell phone holder like that. It's just a little gadget that sits on a skinny little tripod, and that way you can do filming, okay? And why is this important? If you're doing teaching, like you want to do training, you can make training videos on this little thing here, and then you can load it to YouTube and start a channel of training. So if you want to eventually get into that ministry of training, that's the way to, easy way to do it, and it's not expensive, just your cell phone, okay? Okay, finally, this is when I just shared with that. So finally, this is what we do. We have what we call the Promise Channel. We have probably almost 400 videos and things up there now.
About 400 now.
And you don't see this, but once you go on YouTube, on the back end of YouTube, say you create your own channel, all you need is your address, Gmail address, and then you can create your own channel. On the back end, we'll see who's watching.
Right now,
Yeah.
we're seeing in 142
142
countries.
nations.
More universities.
You know how they're watching? On cell phones. That's why cell phones are so important. So if you look in the back end, you'll see who's watching you and who you're reaching. So like Sister wants to reach international or the world, it's possible. We have people in countries I never heard of. One person watching. You know, that's amazing right now with our technology. So, get in, and for those of you, the next step after you learn all this simple stuff, if you want to edit it and make it really nice, have a beginning, close, and all, then get a simple editing program on the internet. They have a lot of them, really cheap. You could cut off the front and put a little greetings in the front, and you guys can do it. It's not how I can do it. You guys can do it if you like computers. Okay, finally.
Could you go back to that?
Oh, sure. So ABS for you. That is one of the inexpensive editing programs, easy to use. $39, I think it is, or $59. One time, you get it forever. It's yours forever. And you can take your videos that you make off your phone, put it there, and edit. And you can add little beginnings. You can add your name. You know, you can add, they have closing. They have little pretty things like Christmas things, you know, and make it a Christmas video. All that stuff. Very easy to do. So you take your file from this and transfer it to this, and then you edit. And, you know, if it's too big, then on your Gmail account, you have a Google. Everybody has Google, and in Google there's a drive. Okay, all your cell phones will upload to your drive. And when it's in your drive, okay, big files, doesn't matter, it will upload. Then when it's in your Google Drive, then you can download it to your computer to edit. I mean, that's a little bit extra steps, but it works. Okay, finally, so one more thing, Lucid Press. I wanted to let you know that little video, that little thing that's in your little notebook. I made it for free at Lucid Press. So if you guys are looking to make book covers, if you're making flyers, you're making all kind of stuff, they have wonderful, wonderful templates. And it's called lucidpress.com. You can make beautiful things, put pictures of your pictures in it. If you're using it for baby imitations, wedding, whatever it is, pictures and stuff, Lucid Press. For teachers, it's great. Rules. Finally, here's a bonus for you busy pastors. WASI, have you heard of WASI? Okay, WASI. For those of you who have to travel a lot and do a lot of driving, WASI is great. WASI is an application that will take you to where you're going accurately. Because Google sometimes, they take you in circles, but WASI will also tell you if there's a traffic jam, an accident, and all that. And then they'll give you a place, they'll tell you, go this way, that way, and bypass it. And they will actually tell you will make it there in so many minutes. So if you're leaving your house at 9 o'clock and you have to go to Pasadena, it will accurately tell you what time you're going to get there. And that's really important for busy people, okay? The other thing that I like is Scanner for Me. And those of you who used to have the old-fashioned scanners, or you have to scan it on your computer printer, this is really neat. With your smartphone, you take that smartphone and you put it right over what you're scanning, and you can email it, you can send a text or whatever you want. It takes it. That's really a convenience. And finally, for those of you that have to keep track of mileage, this is really neat, because this thing knows where you go here and go there, and you can keep track of your mileage, and it tells you how much your deduction is. So like, you don't have to figure it out. It'll tell you get $2 or $10 deduction, and it'll add it up every month. So you don't even have to worry about it. And that is your accuracy. You don't have to put it down on paper anymore. It's called Mile IQ. And the thing is, when it's a personal drive, you just delete it. All you save is your business drives. And at the end of the year, you don't need to worry about keeping that little book. It's right there. It does cost, it's free for the 40 drives a month. But if you do more than 40 business drives, then you want to get the upgraded. But if you do under 40 drives, that's really nice. So, any questions? I'm gonna let you guys go home early. It's been a long day.
Wonderful.
Okay, bye everybody on Facebook. Hit that button and say goodbye. Any questions?